So we're going to start with the head and neck. We're going to look up and down. Next, we'll look side to side. And then we'll bring our ears to our shoulders. All 3 exercises we'll do reps of 10. Now we're going to move down to the shoulders, rotating the shoulders back, then forward, then arms out, rotating back, then forward, reps of 10. On to our hips. We'll move side to side, forward and back. Try not to lean too far back, just a little bit. We'll do reps of 10. Once again, 10 to the side, turning your hips. And then 10, starting from 90 degrees and coming back just a little past center. Now we're going to move further down. We're going to start bringing our knees up high, alternating from our knee to our opposite elbow. We'll do 10 reps of those. Now we're going to bring our shin up and grab it with the opposite hand, kind of mimicking holding my triangle or grabbing my shin from my closed guard. We'll do reps of 10. Good, so now that our mobility's there, now that our muscles are a little bit more warm, we're going to start the actual warm-up. We'll start with some simple jumping jacks, 10 regular, 10 up and down, 10 out and inward. Right away, we're going to move straight to our squats. You can hold your lapels, or you can cross your arms, and we're going to move. I like to keep my head up. When I face forward or downward, my body tends to bow. So kind of look up and try to get your elbows to touch your knees. Back up. We'll do reps of 10. From there, we're going to move on to some push-ups. You can do these on your knees if you like, all right? Or if you'd like to challenge yourself, make sure your back stays straight, and we go all the way down, all the way up for reps of 10. The sequence should look like this. Each exercise will be reps of 10, and we will repeat this for 2 rounds. We're going to move to some ground exercises. We're going to start here on our bottoms, okay? Knees together, arms crossed. Try to keep your elbows inside nice and tight. We're going to tuck our chin, rolling back, feet come up, hands will go down to the mat. The key to this is to not let your head hit the ground, okay? And try not to let your knees leave your chest. Try to keep your knees close to you as you roll. Now our hips come up. Notice my head is off the mat. And now I'm going to use my heels as a counterweight to help me sit back up, you guys. Now we're going to move on to staying here on our back. We're going to do a couple exercises from here that are essential to Jiu-Jitsu. Okay? We're going to start first with the simple bridge exercise. Keep your heels close to your hips, feet apart. We're going to use our legs to push our hips up, keeping the back of your head on towards the mat and your shoulder towards the mat. Now we'll go back down and lift again, up to the other side. If you guys want to get to your toes, this is good. Boom. Up and down. Up and down. Really working your hips. We'll do reps of 10. Now we're going to work our guard and our legs a little bit from our back. We'll start here. The guard will be open. What I'm going to do is lift my hips up and place my ankle underneath my knee, locking my knee tight. Try to keep your toes up. Don't point your toes down. And then we're going to alternate to the opposite side. Okay? The outside leg will be locking the inner leg. Okay, so we're gonna move to the opposite side now. Hips come up, move your hips, and we'll lock. If you need to place your hands on the mat to help you lift your hips up and alternate from side to side, you can. We're gonna do this for reps of 10. From here, we're gonna sit up to our palm. I want you guys to sit all the way up to your palm, you guys. Okay, if you want to place both hands on the mat, you can. And then we'll lay back down and do it again to the opposite side. And we'll do these for 10 reps. Kimura, shoulder lock, or also the hip bump and Kimura sweep that we will cover in our closed guard. So from Kimura sit-ups, we're going to learn how to stand up from our backs, okay, or from the ground, using what's called a technical lift, okay? So I'm going to sit up to my palm. If you're having trouble, get to your elbow first, then your palm. One knee will be down to the mat, one knee will be up. Okay? The knee that's down will have your palm on the mat. The knee that's up, we're going to place our elbow on top of that knee, creating a shield here. Okay? I can also use my foot and hand on the mat to help lift my hips and create distance. Okay? My free leg will also help me control the distance in case my opponent is too close. Now I'm going to retract my foot all the way underneath. Try not to post the foot in front of me. This is very difficult to stand up. So what I want to do is bring my foot all the way underneath, so that I'm now tripoded, and now from here I can keep my shield attached and stand up safely in my stance, okay? You'll be here on your back. We're gonna put one leg down, one leg up. We'll sit up to our elbow, our palm, other elbow on top of your knee, creating your shield. If you need to, you can lift your hips up to create space. And you can also lift your hips up to use your free leg to control the distance and create space. Now retract your free leg underneath. Tripod your stance, keeping your shield up the whole time. So here's what the ground exercise should look like. We're going to be doing 10 reps of each exercise, and we will repeat that twice. Now we're going to tie these in together. We're going to learn how to fall safely, just like we learned how to get up safely. So we're going to work on our break falls. Here, you can stand square, arms in to keep your elbows safe, chin tight to protect the back of your head. We're going to squat like we did earlier in our warm-ups. Get your elbows to your knees. And now let your bottom hit the mat first. Roll. Doing your rolling break falls. We'll sit up, posting, shield, hips up, retract, and technical lift back into your stance. Once again, you can start square, arms crossed, shins down. We're going to squat low, roll back. Don't let your head hit the mat. Sit up into your technical lift. Create some space and stand up safely. We're going to repeat this 10 times. Good, so now that we know how to stand up and fall safely, we want to learn how to stay on our feet safely, okay, and defend any takedowns that we might have to. So we're going to work a little bit on a sprawl a little bit. So we'll get in our stance, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, okay, whichever foot's forward, that hand is going to be in the front, okay, so we're going to reach out with the front hand, reach out with the back hand, When you're doing this, rotate your hips, and then from here, we're gonna reach down with both hands to the mat, pulse them on the mat. Your feet are gonna go all the way back, feet apart, okay? Toes to the mat, just like this, okay? And now keep your head and chest up, and from here, we're gonna pop up to our feet, back in our stance. Okay, one more time. Front hand, back hand, hands to the mat, hips to the mat, toes flat, head and chest up, and then pop up to your feet. We're gonna do this for 10 reps. Okay, remember, 1, 2, hands down, sprawl, back up. That's 1 rep. Now we're gonna work on some forward and backwards rolls. We're gonna start on our knees for any beginners out there, maybe doing a forward roll for their first time. So whichever knee I'm gonna place forward, that's the shoulder we're gonna roll over, okay? To help you out, we're gonna post our opposite hand on the mat. Posting will give my body a direction to go. Now I'll take the shoulder I wanna roll over, and I'm gonna start to lower that shoulder towards the mat, okay? You can put this hand either in between your legs or underneath your armpit here. And now try not to leave your head out here, okay? I wanna tuck my chin, and I want my head to follow this hand. Okay, ending in my break fall position. Okay, from here, you can work on getting a technical lift, and we'll go back here to our knees for now. For those of you that are a little more advanced, we can start here standing. Okay, again, you're gonna tripod your stance. Okay, so get 1 foot forward. That foot is the same shoulder you're gonna be rolling over. So that means I'm gonna have to place my opposite hand on the mat. So I'll place my opposite hand on the mat. You can tripod your stance a little bit so you're not too far from the ground. And now I'm just gonna follow this hand underneath my armpit. My head's gonna follow the hand all the way until I end up in my break fall position. Good, so the back roll is an essential movement you'll need to know. It's great for escapes or keeping yourself on your feet if you find yourself falling backwards. Okay, so we're gonna start first from our bottoms. Okay, a common mistake when doing this, people try to go straight back, all the way back. And this can put a lot of pressure on your neck and lower back. So we're actually gonna pick a direction. It can either be your left shoulder or your right shoulder, whichever shoulder is comfortable for you. We're gonna try to guide our knees and legs over one shoulder. So I'm gonna use my right today, and I'm gonna guide my legs towards that shoulder, coming all the way up to my knees. Now back rolls for more advanced students, we'll start standing. Basically, we're gonna break fall and just use our momentum to continue on past our shoulders and over our shoulders, okay? Another common mistake I'm gonna point out, some people like to break fall and extend their legs away from their body. This makes it hard for you to roll, okay? So instead, what I want you guys to do is keep your knees close to your chest as you break fall. Keep your knees close, and this should help you rotate. Nice. If you guys are feeling really good and comfortable with that, eventually you'll be able to post your hands to the mat and pop up to your feet. Okay, it'll look something like this. We'll do 10 reps of both of those, forward and backwards. You don't have a lot of room to work with, this is a good drill for you guys, okay? So keep your arms and elbows in, okay? You're gonna bridge your hips up, and then we're gonna hip escape out to the side. Okay, now notice I haven't dropped my hip to the mat. I'm still here, and I'm gonna use my feet and my heels on the mat to retract myself back to place, okay? Now you can bridge your hips up and move to the other side, okay? Retracting back to place. Okay, if you gotta adjust yourself a little bit, you can, okay? Hips down, hips up. Moving to the side, reaching for those toes, and then retracting back, side to side. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that warm-up video. That should get you nice and prepared for our class starting tomorrow. Okay? If you have any comments or questions or concerns, you can leave them in the comments below. And if you'd like to maybe get set up with some privates virtually, just let me know and you can contact me through DM. All right? Hope to see you guys soon.